How to blur text in CapCut. Let's get into it. Start by creating your text layer and positioning it wherever you want to in your project. Next, come up to Effects, search for Blur, and choose from any of the blurs that suit your project. I recommend choosing one that lets you customize the level of the blur. So for this example, I'm going to use this first one here. You just simply have to drag and drop it above your text layer on your timeline, and as we can see there, that's automatically had an effect on our text. If you come into the special effects settings here, you can increase or decrease the level of the blur, and you can also keyframe it if you wanted to animate this blur into your text. Something to note, if you then go ahead and add footage to your timeline, say for example if I drag this video clip into my timeline like so, the blur is also going to apply to the video. However, there is a way around this. We can fix this by selecting both the blur effect and the text, right clicking, and then selecting Create Compound Clip. This is essentially going to put the text and the blur on their own clip within CapCut, leaving the video that you've imported alone, and that will no longer be affected by the blur. If you then need to come back into this blur at a later point and configure it, you just have to double click into the compound clip and that will bring you back to here, and you can configure it by clicking into it and changing these settings up here. If you then need to go back to your timeline, you just click this little arrow here. This will bring you back to your project. And that's all there is to it.